Hello people, I'm Semen Sevilev, and recently I registered on Bluesky, and I got in touch with some of the people that I used to follow on Twitter before Musk, some writers, painters, actors, and also I ran into some liars and harassers that also migrated from Twitter. And they made some claims specifically about me, which I want to address not for their sake, but to anyone whom it concerns. It has been a hard year. It can get harder still. I feel that I have the full right to get emotional, to use strong words, to mock people. I'm not going to do this, although I want to. So, basically, the liars and harassers I speak of are the people who spread lies about Zak Smith, painter, actor, D&D and tabletop role-playing games creator, who has been doing it for years. There was an article about how the harassers decided to lie about Zak, how they coordinated their lies, how they tried to make it destroy his life. I'll put the link to the article and to the audio recording in the description of the video. And when I addressed them, told them that this is a lie, here's proof, this is a lie, here's proof, you're repeating lies of a man who admitted that he was lying, here's his public apology. The claims that they made about me were, first, that I am Zak Smith in disguise. I don't see the need to address this one because you know how I look. If you had ever seen Zak, that's probably enough to connect the dots. The second claim was that I am personally financially interested in Zak's reputation because I wrote a supplement for his game and I am selling it, which is also not true. I wrote an adventure for Lamentations of the Flame Princess for James Reggie IV. He agreed to hire me when I wrote to him. Zak had nothing to do with our communication or with the writing of the adventure. Reggie specifically wanted it to be kept secret until Gen Con. That was one of the conditions on which he hired me, and it was kept a secret. Zak didn't participate, didn't help, and from what I know, he never advertised it. And I am not selling this adventure. Lamentations is selling it through Drive-Thru RPG. I'm getting royalties. Also, it's distributed as pay what you want. More than 1,000 people got it for free, and I'm happy. Hope you like it, guys and girls and everyone. Third claim, equally false, is that Zak is paying me to write that people lied about him, which is not true. And if someone can prove that I was paid, go ahead. It's not the first time that I hear it. And here where it gets personal. I lived in Ukraine for a long time. I lived in Ukraine when Russia first invaded in 2014, and starting from the invasion from February 14, I had to talk to people online, people from Ukraine, people from Russia, people who knew me, people who didn't know me, people who I considered friends, who claimed that there is no Russian invasion. There are no Russians. There's no Russian military in Crimea. There's no Russian military in Donbas area. And I said, no, you're lying. Here is proof. Here are videos of Russian military admitting that there are Russian military. Here are photographs. You claim that correspondents of Western editions investigated and found no Russian military. The articles that you quote are fake. They only appear in Russian media, not pro-Russian, just Russian. They said that there were correspondents of New York Times. New York Times has no such article. You are lying. No one was paying me for that. Then there was May 2014. There was a fight between pro-Russian and pro-Ukrainian, pro-Western groups in my city of Odessa. And I witnessed firsthand some of the moments. So I kept saying, you are lying. This is not what happened. You're lying. There were no pregnant women that died in smoke. You are lying. And they started accusing me that I am a murderer. And this is why I am addressing their lies. I was threatened. I received death threats. I was doxxed. People actively called to find me, to kill me. All of that happened. So when the liars and harassers say that your reputation will suffer because you defend Zak, that's not something to threaten me with. So, I was accused of being paid for posting, of not being an actual person, of having personal interests in addressing the lies. The only personal interest I have is that I don't want liars and harassers to spread their lies without opposition. This is pure evil. I've seen it many times. People that were my friends were lost to this because they decided that they want to spread lies, that they wanted to believe lies, they wanted to support lies. Like stories about Ukrainians crucifying a little boy in his underwear, which became sort of a meme. Or claims that every Ukrainian military person was promised to be given 2 slaves from the people of Donbass. Another meme. But back then it was actual propaganda and people repeated it, and that was justification of their hatred towards Ukrainians and me personally. The claims against Zak, against his friends, against myself, are not new. The material is different, but the principle is the same. More emotions, more hatred, more dirt, and more manipulation. Zero actual proof. If there was any proof that Ukraine actually committed war crimes in Donbass, I would be the first to reluctantly but address it and demand justice. If there was any proof of Zak Smith committing the crimes that he is accused of, and they are crimes, and lying about someone committing a crime is illegal. If there was any proof that he committed those crimes, I would be the first to say that he needs to take responsibility according to the law. But there is no proof. There was no war crime in Ukraine committed by Ukrainians. There was no crime committed by Zak. And there is proof of the harassers conspiring to ruin lives and specifically to attack Zak. There is proof that people lied about him and confessed that they lied, some of them in the interviews, in the article that I'll link in the description, some of them in court, and made public apologies. So, I am not going to stop. I am very tired of running into liars and harassers. I'm very tired of having to repeat the same old words about the necessity of proof, about the crime of accusing someone innocent of crimes, about the damage it is doing to actual crime victims. Because when someone lies about being abused, it is decreasing the trust to actual victims. Because that one lied, maybe you're lying too. Especially if it's someone who feels that maybe there is some exaggeration. Maybe I could be in the same situation. I'm not an abuser, they think, but maybe someone would try and accuse me. And this is what harms women, what harms people of any gender, of any age, who get abused. It's horrible, it's evil, and I have nothing good to say about people who help liars and harassers spread this evil. That's all I want to say. Stay safe. The next years are going to be interesting, so a lot depends on you. Make right decisions. Support the people that you trust. Put your trust wisely. And when you run into evil, I hope you know what you must do. Peace out.